Identified this as a blue tag. So they got some weight to them. I'm looking at, at least eight frames of bees. This is a 2020 queen, or this is a hive that was developed in 2020, I should say. Chewing away on their patty. So what I'm looking for right now, I'm just going to go down and I want to see how they're managing that pollen is being stored away, if they're consuming it. I want to see what that queen's doing, if she's laying, and I want to see what those bees are doing. How much of those eggs are they taking into the larval state? I want to see how ambitious these hives are right now. Good frame of honey. Getting into the brood nest right away here, we can see a lot of capped brood. And it's pretty tough going. When you look at it, it's spotty. So it's a pretty tough looking brood nest. I'm looking around it though, and I'm seeing open brood. So that's optimistic, and I'm seeing eggs around that. So right off the bat here, looking in this colony, although on this side, this side, I'm looking at a sheet of very, very fresh open larvae. That is a really good sign. Devouring this patty. Here's another tough frame of brood, but if I'm looking around it, I'm looking around this tough frame of brood. Well, this is obvious, it's tough because we've gone through tough conditions. Looking around it, I'm seeing growth. I'm seeing open larvae, eggs. So this is the second frame I'm seeing optimistic work on. So here's another one, open larvae. This side's a little bit emptier. Gotta look for pollen stores too. With all this pollen coming in, where are they putting it? So they're putting fresh pollen stores in all the way around, ringing the brood. So we have a mature frame of brood here with eggs and open larvae. Anywhere where this tough, you're looking at this tough brood nest, anywhere in between I'm seeing pollen and I'm seeing eggs. So that pollen's very important. When they put it within the nest like this, that's a stimulative factor. And I'm also seeing syrup. They're putting syrup in within the nest too. So that's a sign of stimulation. Those bees, once they start packing it within the brood nest like that, that stimulates them to look at all the open brood here. Ooh, this looks good. Well, it doesn't look good, but this is better than I've expected. So that's 3 frames of tough brood, but with optimism on the horizon there. Like, this is an 8-frame colony, so I should be expecting a little bit of push from them. Yeah, so look at that. They've got pollen just scattered all over the place. And I'm seeing freshly emerged bees. That queen is laying everywhere. This side's not as advanced. A little more eggs than anything, as is on this side. You know, in 1 week, I'm going to be looking at this nest. I'm going to say, whoa, there's going to be 4. Let's see if there's going to be 5. Just a little bit of brood there, more pollen than anything. Oh, this side's right full. Yeah, this is a big patch of open brood right there, very young. So you see eggs, See, open brood, and then around like this, gets younger and younger to the outside. As we go, I'm looking at the nest, looking at the jelly, and it's not very lush yet, but I assume that's going to change with all this pollen coming in. I think I need to give them more sugar. There will be nectar coming in, but look at all the pollen in there. That's good. They're just packing her full of pollen. That's what I want to see. So what? Just take another look here. Now that I think of it, they do seem a bit dry. Yeah, these guys are dry. Just a little bit of syrup on the edges. And a little bit of syrup scattered all over the place. So they're not starving, but they need more. So when I'm reading this nest, I'm looking to see exactly where they are in regards to amount of nutrition. Nutrition isn't just the protein source, we're also looking at the sugar source. Something we overlook all the time. Focus on protein, but it's all about the sugars too. And it's not about the storage of the sugars, it's about the fresh available sugars within the nest. And that sugars that rims the brood nest itself. And that tells you whether or not they're, if they have enough on hand, if they're able to store it around where they need it immediately. And it also tells you if they're lacking because they use all that where they need it immediately. That means you got to get it out to them. So this is telling me I got to get these pails filled up. Like right now, just about missed that. I'm so concentrated looking at that brood nest, I'm not even going to pay attention here. So, it's supposed to rain tomorrow though. These pails are empty. I have 2 university students coming on staff tomorrow and Carrie, so it makes 4 of us. We can make pretty quick work here. If it's even a hint of a work day tomorrow, we are feeding syrup.